You're shaping your baby's brain every day. Every single day, often without noticing, you are influencing how your baby grows and experiences the world. Not through big decisions, not through expensive toys, not through perfect routines, but through small, repeated moments. This is the part of parenting science many people don't fully see. Because what's happening inside your baby's brain right now is quiet, steady, and incredibly important. Your baby's brain development is moving at a pace that only happens in early life. We're talking about millions of connections forming continuously. This is not just baby brain science. This is how emotion, connection, and early understanding begin. From newborn behavior to toddler development, everything starts here. And the biggest influence? It's you. The way you look at them, the way you respond, the way you sound. These everyday interactions are shaping baby cognition, infant learning, and baby attachment in real time. Today, we're going to explore 10 simple things you do every day that quietly support your baby's development. Article 1. How you say their name shapes them. Think about the last time you said your baby's name. Maybe softly, maybe quickly, maybe without noticing. Yet, inside your baby's brain, something meaningful is happening. In baby's neuroscience, hearing their name, especially in your voice, activates emotional and identity-related brain regions. This is early baby cognition in action, where sound and emotion begin forming lasting connections. Even in newborn behavior, babies are sensitive to tone, rhythm, and familiarity long before they understand words. Your tone, rhythm, and emotion shape how your baby begins to understand themselves. This is not just sound. This is early identity formation. In newborn psychology, repeated emotional patterns linked to familiar sounds help build self-recognition pathways. Through infant learning, your baby connects their name with warmth, comfort, and connection. This is a key part of how babies think during early baby brain development. So how can you support this every day? Say their names slowly and clearly during calm moments. Make eye contact so they connect sound with presence. Use a warm, gentle tone, especially when soothing or engaging. Repeat their name during routines like feeding, bathing, or play to strengthen familiarity. Pause after saying their name, giving them time to respond, even with small movements or eye focus. When you say their name with warmth, love, and attention, you are building connection. You are helping them feel safe, seen, and valued. Over time, these small, repeated moments shape baby behavior, confidence, and a strong sense of self across all child development stages. Article 2. Your morning face equals their safety signal. Every morning, your baby opens their eyes and looks for you. This moment may feel simple, almost automatic, but in baby brain development, it carries deep meaning. Your face becomes their first signal of the day, the reference point their brain uses to understand what comes next. In baby's neuroscience, this moment supports emotional regulation and baby attachment, helping your baby feel oriented and settled as a new day begins. Your baby is quietly asking, "Is this a good place to be? Am I welcomed?" This is where baby eye contact matters deeply. Even baby staring is not random, it is active infant learning. Your baby is studying your expressions, your eyes, and subtle facial movements. This is how babies think. By reading emotional cues and building understanding through repeated interactions. So, how can you support this moment each morning? Pause before picking them up and let them see your face clearly. Make gentle eye contact and allow a few seconds of stillness. Smile naturally, without forcing it, so your expression feels real and calm. Use a soft voice to greet them by name, helping connect sound, face, and emotion. If you feel tired, focus on a relaxed, steady expression. Consistency matters more than perfection. When you smile, when your eyes soften, when your face brightens as you see them, your baby's brain releases calming and bonding chemicals that support connection and comfort. Over time, these small, repeated morning moments build emotional security, support toddler development, strengthen emotional resilience, and help your baby develop a steady, trusting sense of connection to the world. Article 3. When you don't respond right away, let's talk about something real. What happens when your baby looks at you and you're focused on something else? This moment may seem small, but in baby brain development, it carries meaning. It relates to the still face experiment, where even brief pauses in response are noticed by babies. In baby's neuroscience, these shifts are quickly detected through facial expression and baby eye contact. their baby behavior changes. They try to reconnect. They become more alert and active, seeking interaction again. This is not about guilt, it's about awareness. In newborn behavior, babies rely on interaction to feel connected and balanced. They need what parenting science calls serve and return interaction. When your baby looks at you, that's the serve. When you respond, that's the return. This simple exchange supports infant learning and early connection. In baby brain science, this loop helps organize communication, attention, and emotional understanding. Sometimes, these moments are missed, and that's completely normal in daily life. So what can you do in real situations? If you're busy, pause briefly and make eye contact, even for a few seconds. Use a soft expression or a gentle sound to acknowledge them. If you miss the moment, come back as soon as you can look at them, smile, and reconnect. During daily routines, create small pauses to respond when they seek you. These quick returns matter more than constant attention. What matters most is returning. Every time you look back, reconnect, and respond, you strengthen baby attachment, support connection, and help your baby feel seen, understood, and securely connected. Article 4. Every cry is communication. A baby's cry is one of the clearest signals they have, and how you respond plays an important role. In newborn psychology and baby attachment research, responsive caregiving supports emotional well-being from the very beginning. When your baby cries, they are not trying to control you. They are communicating a need for comfort, connection, or support. In baby brain development, each response teaches the nervous system something important. I am heard. I am supported. These repeated experiences become part of early infant learning. Over time, they help build emotional regulation and guide how your child responds to challenges during toddler development and across later child development stages. So what does responsive caregiving look like in daily life? First, pause and observe. Notice the type of cry, body movement, and facial expression. These give clues about your baby's need. Respond calmly and promptly. Even if you are unsure at first, use a gentle voice, soft touch, or rhythmic movement to provide comfort. Holding, rocking, or speaking softly can help your baby settle and feel connected. If the need is not clear, stay present and continue offering reassurance. Your consistent response matters more than getting it perfect every time. Over time, you will begin to recognize patterns in your baby behavior and respond more confidently. Babies who receive consistent, caring responses often develop secure attachment. In babies' neuroscience, these moments support healthy patterns, helping your child feel safe exploring their environment while knowing they can return to you. You are not spoiling your baby. You are supporting development, strengthening connection, and building a foundation of trust that supports growth in lasting ways. Article 5. Touch builds your baby's brain. Touch is a key part of baby brain science. From skin-to-skin contact to gentle holding, every touch is meaningful input. In baby's neuroscience, touch supports neural development, strengthens the nervous system, and improves baby cognition. It helps build connections that allow the brain and body to communicate more smoothly during early baby brain development. It also helps the body stay balanced. This is called neural synchronization, baby. Your heartbeat, your breathing, your warmth help guide your baby's internal systems in a calm and steady way. Through this process, your baby begins to learn how to settle, adjust, and feel comfortable in their environment. Before they can regulate themselves, you help them do it. In newborn behavior, babies depend on this kind of support to feel grounded and secure. Over time, these repeated experiences become part of infant learning, helping your baby build the ability to respond to everyday situations. So how can you use touch in a simple, effective way each day? Hold your baby close during feeding or quiet moments, allowing your bodies to stay in contact. Use gentle, slow strokes on their back, arms, or head to create a calming rhythm. Practice skin-to-skin contact when possible, especially when your baby is unsettled. Pay attention to their cues if they relax. Soften your movements. If they seem alert, keep your touch steady and reassuring. Consistency matters more than duration. Even short, attentive moments of touch can support connection and comfort. This is an important part of child development stages, and it often begins with something simple: holding your baby with presence, warmth, and gentle attention, creating a steady sense of connection that supports healthy growth. Article 6. Your tone matters more than words. Babies may not understand your words yet, but they understand your tone. In newborn behavior research, babies are highly sensitive to emotional signals carried in sound. From the earliest stages of baby brain development, your voice becomes a key source of information about connection, comfort, and interaction. Your voice carries meaning beyond language. In babies' neuroscience, tone activates emotional processing areas in the brain, helping babies interpret how they should feel in a moment. This is an important part of infant learning, where sound and emotion are closely linked. So even simple words, when spoken with tension or calmness, can create very different experiences. Your baby may not know the meaning, but they recognize the feeling behind your voice. This shapes baby behavior and emotional sensitivity over time, as repeated patterns in tone guide how babies respond to everyday situations. So how can you use your voice more intentionally each day? Slow your pace when speaking, especially during close interactions like feeding or holding. Use a softer, steady tone when your baby is unsettled to support calming. During play, vary your tone gently to keep engagement while maintaining warmth. Repeat simple phrases in a consistent, soothing way so your baby connects sound with comfort. When you feel stressed, take a brief pause before speaking. This helps your tone stay more balanced. It's not about being perfect. It's about awareness. Small adjustments in how you use your voice can help your baby feel more settled and supported. Over time, this strengthens baby attachment, supports emotional development, and creates a more connected, responsive environment that supports your baby's growth across all child development stages. Article 7. Your reaction guides their response. When your baby gets startled or falls, they look at you. This is called social referencing. In how babies think, this is a key learning process that begins early in baby brain development. Before babies understand situations on their own, they rely on your face, your voice, and your reactions to make sense of what just happened. Your reaction becomes their guide. If you respond calmly, they settle more quickly. If your reaction is intense, they may become more unsettled and unsure. In baby's neuroscience, your response shapes how your baby processes new experiences. It becomes part of infant learning, where repeated interactions build patterns of understanding and response. Over time, this supports how they handle new situations during toddler development and across later child development stages. So how can you respond in a helpful, supportive way? Pause for a brief moment before reacting. Take a breath and soften your facial expression so your baby sees calm, not alarm. Make gentle eye contact and use a steady voice to reassure them. You can acknowledge what happened with simple words while keeping your tone relaxed. If they need comfort, pick them up or offer a reassuring touch without rushing into panic. Stay present and give them time to settle while you remain nearby. If the situation is safe, allow them a moment to recover while you offer calm support. This helps them connect your response with a sense of safety. You are helping them understand, is this something I can handle? Your calm becomes something they learn from. It becomes part of their baby behavior, guiding how they respond to challenges, adjust to new environments, and build emotional balance as they grow. Article 8. Sounds at home support learning. Your baby is always listening, even when it seems like they're not. In baby brain development, sound plays a major role in learning from the very beginning. From early newborn behavior, babies are already tuning into patterns of language, rhythm, and tone in their environment. These sounds are not just background, they are meaningful input that helps organize the brain. Language, rhythm, and music all help build neural pathways. This supports infant learning and baby cognition in powerful ways. It influences language development, emotional balance, and flexible thinking. In babies' neuroscience, repeated exposure to sound strengthens connections between different areas of the brain, allowing your baby to process information more smoothly over time. This is part of how babies think and begin to understand the world around them. Music, in particular, activates many parts of the brain at once, including areas linked to movement, listening, and emotion. This makes it a rich and engaging form of learning. So how can you use sound intentionally each day? Talk to your baby during routines like feeding, dressing, or changing, using clear and natural language. Sing simple songs with a steady rhythm, even if your voice is not perfect. Repeat familiar sounds and phrases so your baby can recognize patterns. Use gentle background music at a moderate volume to create a calm environment. Pause occasionally to let your baby respond with movements or sounds. Consistency matters more than variety. These small, repeated sound experiences support connection and learning. Over time, everyday sounds shape baby behavior, strengthen attention, and support healthy growth across all child development stages. Article 9. Every word builds connection. Every word builds connection. You talk to your baby, even when they don't understand, and it matters. In parenting science, this is called contingent communication, responding to your baby's attention, sounds, and actions with words in real time. When your baby looks at something, reaches, or makes a sound, and you respond, you create a meaningful exchange that supports connection and learning. This supports baby cognition, language, and neural development. In baby brain development, these small interactions help organize how the brain processes sound, meaning, and communication over time. In child development stages, early language exposure is strongly linked to future learning. The more your baby hears responsive, engaging speech, the more opportunities their brain has to build strong language foundations. Your baby is learning patterns, rhythm, and meaning. Even in early newborn behavior, babies are sensitive to tone, repetition, and the flow of conversation. This is a key part of infant learning and how babies begin to understand communication. So how can you apply this in daily life? Follow your baby's focus. If they look at an object, name it and describe it simply. Respond to their sounds, as if they are part of a conversation. Pause after speaking to give them time to react. Use short, clear sentences with a warm tone. Repeat words during routines to build familiarity. This is how babies think through repeated, connected experiences. And you support it with every word. Each moment of interaction strengthens baby behavior, builds attention, and supports a growing ability to connect, express, and understand the world around them. Article 10. Bedtime moments matter. There is a quiet moment at the end of the day, just before your baby falls asleep. In baby brain science, this is a meaningful transition. As your baby moves from wakefulness into sleep, the brain begins organizing and storing the day's experiences. This is a natural part of baby brain development, where memory, emotion, and sensory input are gently processed. What your baby feels in this moment, warmth, calm, connection, becomes part of that process. In newborn psychology, consistent bedtime experiences support emotional security. When your baby is held, comforted, or gently soothed before sleep, these repeated patterns create a familiar and reassuring routine. This supports infant learning and helps your baby associate rest with comfort and connection. Over time, these moments shape how babies think about closeness and safety. They also influence baby behavior, helping your child settle more easily and rest more peacefully. So, how can you support this transition each night? Create a simple, consistent bedtime routine. Use a calm voice and slower movements as sleep approaches. Dim the lights to signal that the day is ending. Hold or gently rock your baby to provide a sense of stability. You can softly talk or hum to maintain connection while reducing stimulation. Try to keep the environment quiet and predictable so your baby can relax gradually. If your baby becomes unsettled, stay close and respond with steady, gentle reassurance. Your presence helps guide them into a calmer state. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. Night after night, these small, steady experiences support your baby's growth, emotional development, and sense of security. What your baby feels today will stay with them for life. Not the toys, not the schedules, but the feeling, your voice, your presence, your connection. In baby brain development, these everyday experiences become part of how your baby understands the world. In baby's neuroscience, repeated emotional interactions shape neural pathways linked to safety, trust, and connection. This is how babies think through consistent, lived moments, not isolated events. You are not just caring for a baby. You are supporting a developing human one moment at a time. So what can you focus on each day? Stay present during small interactions, even if they are brief. Use a warm tone when speaking, especially in quiet moments. Make eye contact when your baby seeks you, and respond with simple, steady expressions. Offer gentle touch to reinforce comfort and connection. These actions support infant learning and strengthen baby attachment over time. Consistency matters more than intensity. It's the repeated, familiar experiences that shape baby behavior and emotional patterns across child development stages. Even on busy days, small moments of connection still count. A look, a touch, a calm voice. Over time, these become part of your child's internal world, supporting confidence, emotional balance, and a lasting sense of being safe, seen, and connected.